Okay, in this video we're going to look at a couple commands in this Stack Exchange, one of them being delegating bandwidth, another one being creating accounts, and the final one that's not on the Stack Exchange, and that's simply buying RAM. We'll do all this on the Cleos account as well, or blockchain as well. The first thing we're going to want to do is create an account. So if we just copy this command and kind of look at the parameters here, you can see we're using the system contract. Well, first of all, we don't want to use Cleos. We want to use the jungle testnet. We're using the system contract. We're passing the amount of net we want to stake, the amount of CPU we want to stake. To create a new account, you need to give it RAM. So here we're buying RAM in kilobytes. We have the Udemy course. Udemy course account already created. We want to create a new account. In this case, let's call it Bob. I'll tell you why I'm doing this in a moment. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then we'll use the same owner active key again. Don't do this on the main net, but for testnet purposes it should be fine. And we have a new account called Bob, and if we do, so how many B's did I put there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 B's. Okay. If we do Cleos get account, we should see the EOS that was delegated by the Udemy course account, and as well as the memory that was given to that account. So again, you might be asking, why the hell did I add so many B's here? Well, the new account name has to actually be exactly 12 in character length. If we try this, let's say with maybe less B's in Bob, maybe 2 less B's, you'll see that it will actually fail. And that is why. So if you get this assertion error, definitely try that out. Okay, so now we have this account Bob. Let's actually use this account to, or actually let's delegate more bandwidth to Bob. So if we look at it right now, he only has 0.1 EOS of net and CPU delegated. So if we instead do this, we actually don't need all of these commands because I've aliased the account, but it should be, I don't want to do any typos while I'm recording a video, so I'm going to leave this the way it is. So oops, here we're delegating the bandwidth, and if we delegate the bandwidth from Udemy course, actually, is this correct? Yeah, this is okay. Udemy course to Bob with 10 B's. Mistake, quotation mark. And then if we get account Bob again, we will see that he now has 0.2 because he's had yet another 0.1 EOS delegated to him in both net and CPU from this main Udemy course. So that's how you create an account and also delegated bandwidth. As you can see down here, we did this all in one shot as part of the create account. You're going to need to do this anytime you create new accounts on both the mainnet and the jungle net. Otherwise, you won't be able to transact on these accounts. So the final thing here is we can buy RAM, and we do that by this, doing this. And in fact, how I found all this out is during the JungleNet accounts that I created. You may have noticed in the previous video, it spit out a bunch of these, and these are actually the commands that get ran when your jungle testnet is created. And so you can see things like buy RAM are being executed, and delegate bandwidth are being executed. The EOS.io main account, you may be familiar with this from the previous section of the videos where we were doing local net blockchain development, because we had access to this private key. Well, the block producers on the jungle net actually have access to the CSIO account, so we can't control the CSIO account to create new accounts, but they can, and they decided to give, in this case, the S.J. Kelly Jr. account EOS. Anyway, a bit of a digression, but here we can buy RAM. What we do is we say who's the buyer. In this case, let's do Udemy course again, and let's give it to Bob with 10 Bs. And we're going to give him 1 EOS worth of RAM. And if we get the account again, we'll see that he now has more RAM than he had previously. Likewise, you can also run sell RAM much the same way as you did buy RAM. So that's generally how you do bandwidth delegation, account creation, all those other good things. Often you'll see errors on your blockchain where they're saying don't have enough resources or not enough RAM or all these other things. 9 times out of 10, this will fix your problem. Another thing that will fix your problems is waiting, because these staked resources will eventually be given back to you after you execute certain transactions on the net. Okay, see you in the next video.